All right, good morning, everybody. We might make a start on today's session. So welcome to week 19, session 2. We're covering topic 5 still, so what is fascia and why is it important? So my name is Luke and I'll be taking you through your session today. In terms of what we're going to be covering today, we are still covering obviously fascia, but we're working today on the back of the arm line. So the back of the arm line entails a couple of different muscle groups. So the trapezius muscles, which are on the back of the neck, the deltoid, the back of the shoulder, we have the tricep, so the back of the arm, and then the wrist extensors, so the back of the forearm here. So throughout today's session, make sure everyone's working at their own pace. I might set a pace with the session with reps and rest periods, but make sure if you require any more rest, you take it, working at your own pace through everything. So I guess we'll get into the education component. So we're going to be covering kind of the role of what the back of the arm line allows us to do. So like I said, it entails the trapezius, so back of the neck again, back of the shoulder, back of the upper arm, and then the back of the forearm as well. So down here. So the role that the back of the arm line plays is it controls movements of the arm behind the body and out to the side. So this allows us to perform overhead movements and prevents poor posture of the neck. So the traps, as we call them, or the trapezius muscles, play a really big role in stopping us from having this rounding of the neck, which we see. It's quite common. So if we really strengthen those muscles, it gives us better support of the neck. So how today's session is going to work, we're going to have a little bit of a warm-up, then we're going to get into our little strength circuit, which has 4 different exercises going through twice, and then we're getting onto our fascial release exercises. So there's about 4 different releases where we're going to be doing a release followed by a stretch. The stretching, you hold anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds, but the release, we're going to be holding for either 1.5 to 3 minutes. So anywhere around there. Some areas might need a little bit more, some might need a little bit less. So gauge how you feel as you go through. So the equipment you'll need today, a chair, so something sturdy to hold on to, a pair of dumbbells, a trigger ball. If you don't have a trigger ball specifically, any kind of ball will work. Say that's got a little bit of firmness to it. So a golf ball is good, but it is really firm. There are, say, a cricket ball, softball, even a tennis ball might be a good idea. Just anything that can help you locate a particular area and isolate that to give it a bit of a release. We also have a foam roller or kind of an alternative. Some people I know use PVC pipe. So PVC pipe around the same diameter will give you the same result, might just be a little bit more firm to roll across. So a bit of padding, you could chuck a towel on it or something like that. All right, so we might get into our warm-up now. So it should take around 5 minutes doing each exercise for around 30 seconds, sorry. We'll start with our normal, and I'll just adjust the camera, starting with our normal breathe in and reach up. So as we're going through, so breathing in, reaching the arms up overhead, breathing out, arms coming down. It's 1. At your own pace, breathing in, stretching up as high as we can, about 15 more seconds. In 3 seconds, going on to our standing thoracic rotation. So arms across the body, twisting to one wall, bit of a stretch, twisting back the other way. Trying to keep your feet nice and square, really just rotating from the shoulders. About 15 more seconds. Good. In 5 seconds, going into walking on the spot. and into walking on the spot. So finding a nice safe area, just lifting my legs up and down, walking on the spot. At your own pace. Going for around 10 more seconds before we're going into our heel taps. All right, and heel taps, so forward and then other side, alternating out in front. Going again at your own pace. Got about just 5 seconds left, and then we're going on to step forward into squat and back. So stepping forward, squatting down and back. And then other leg forward, squat, coming back. Alternating which leg steps forward first. Going for about 7 more seconds. Then we're going into high leg kicks. So, our legs straight, kicking up. Should feel this one down the back of the leg. Just going as high as we can manage. Our legs straight. 15 more seconds. Good, 5 more seconds. Then we're going to grab our dumbbells. All right, everybody grabbing our dumbbells. I have mine here, and we're going into our shadow boxing, so our jabs. So ready, and just at a controlled pace. Halfway there. Nice and controlled. Five more seconds. Good. All right, we're now going into fast feet on the spot, holding our dumbbells in our hands still. Down and fast feet on the spot. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now going into shadow boxing, straight punches, top speed. Ready, and getting set up. 3, 2, 1, as fast as we can, 30 seconds. Two, one. All right, going into our arm circles. So we're going forward, 30 seconds. Might just do this on the side on. Just working within our comfortable range. And going backwards. And a couple more seconds. All right. High knee into extension. Dumbbells can go just to the side for a second. And we're going 30 seconds each side, high knee to extension. Oh, too low. All right. Lift that leg up, kicking out. And we're going to go 30 seconds on one leg. For 10 more seconds. And I'm going to swap legs. Good, and swapping sides. Ten more seconds. And holding that. Last one, just walking on the spot, dumbbells in our hands, nice and loose, just slow swings, recover a little bit. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good, everybody. Having a bit of a rest there. That is our warm-up completed. So we should all be feeling pretty good. Arms should be pretty warm from all those exercises. And we're now going to go into our strength circuit once we have a bit of a rest. So I'll take us through each of our exercises. There are 4 of them, and 3 of them will require us to use our dumbbells. So there is a lateral arm raise with our dumbbells. There is a lower trap T row, so we can either do that just with our arms or with our dumbbells. You might need these ones a little bit lighter. We have bent over tricep extensions with the dumbbell and tricep push-ups. So I'll give us a demonstration of all of these ones now. Let me just clear my area. All right. Just a demonstration of each exercise before we get into the circuit. I'm going to do 2 rounds, and we're aiming for 12 reps of each exercise. So the first one is our lateral arm raise. So your dumbbells are going to be just starting at the side. Your body, have a little bit of a bend in your elbow. From there, keeping your shoulders set down, you're going to lift them up till they become parallel in line with your shoulders, and then lowering them back down. So side on that looks like this. Bring it up, back down. Notice the slight bend in my elbow. My arm isn't fully out straight. A little bit of a bend. Again, front on, and down, side on, and down. So that one is our lateral arm raise. Our lower trap T row. So I'll do this one side on to start so you can see the position. So feet will be about hip width or shoulder width apart. You're going to have a bit of a bend in your knee, and you're going to push your butt backwards so your chest comes over. Keep a nice straight back. Dumbbells straight down from here. So straight down from my shoulder. From there, pulling up. So my elbows are in line with my shoulder. Then back down. Pulling up and back down. So front on, from here, pulling up, back down. So that one is our lower trap T row. Going into our bent over tricep extensions with our dumbbell. Similar position, elbows bent from here, extending your arms back, and then bringing it back so the elbows at 90 degrees. So kicking it out, fully extending the arm, bringing it back. The only part that moves is your forearm. This upper arm should stay nice and still. Extending the forearms back, and the forearms come back in. And again, that one's going to be our tricep extension. The last exercise is our tricep push-up. So you can perform this one either against a wall or on a bench. I'll do it on the bench. And to demonstrate this one, hands are going to be on the edge of the bench, body's going to be out. The further away your feet are from the surface, the harder it's going to be. So the more weight you're going to be putting through your arms. You're going to start with your arms just under your shoulders, slightly in front. From there, bending the elbows and keeping them close to the body, keeping your body straight, bringing your chest in, pushing back out. And again, that one is our tricep push-up. So again, we're doing each exercise for 12 reps. We're going through everything twice. Remember, working at your own pace, I'll count out my 12, but if I'm going a bit too fast for you, working through at your own pace. I'm going to try and give a little bit of a rest between each exercise, about 15 seconds. And that should let us get set up and ready to go. And between each round, we're going to have about 30 seconds to a minute's rest. So, grabbing our dumbbells, we're going to get stuck into our first exercise. So, dumbbell lateral raise. And we'll start in 5 seconds from now. So, shoulders down, slight bend in our arms. 3, 2, 1, and we're going away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, we're going to 12, sorry, 11, 12. There we go. All right, about 15 seconds rest, and then we're going into our lower trap T row. So remember, feet shoulder width apart, bending at the hips, chest comes over, and we're going to go into our row now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, bit of a rest. Then we're going into our tricep extensions. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Similar position, remember, extending just the forearm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to control both ways. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, bit of a break. Then we'll go into our push-ups. So setting up, got about 6 seconds before we go into it. 3, 2, 1. Bring the chest down, elbows close to the body. 2, 3. Remember, the further away your feet are, the harder it's going to be. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, everybody, that's one round. Gonna have about a minute's rest, then we're gonna do it again. Remember, working through at our own pace, taking rests where we need, but we should be feeling like we've worked. So one more round of everything, and then we'll go into our release. Key techniques when doing this one is making sure we're controlling both ways. So you're contracting on the way up with this one, then you're not letting gravity drop it straight back down, controlling it back down to the side. Same with the tricep extension. Extending out, but then controlling it back in. All right, everybody, got about 25 more seconds. So you might want to start getting your dumbbells and everything ready to go for our next round. All right, 10 seconds. So setting up. Remember, slight bend in the elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going for 12 reps. 1, controlling it back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. All right, 15 seconds rest and then going into our bent over T-row. All right, setting up, feet shoulder width apart, bum going back, dumbbells going out in front. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. All right, little rest. 10 seconds and we're going into our tricep extensions. Again, remembering controlling on the way out, controlling on the way back. 3, 2, 1. Extending out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, that's it for the dumbbells. Getting set up for our push-up and our last exercise before we get into our release. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Letting the chest come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping the elbows close. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, everybody. That is our strength circuit completed. So it should feel like we've worked the upper body, so the back of our arms, the upper traps and the back of the shoulder. Should feel like we've worked them pretty hard. We're now going to go into our releases. So with this one, the first one, we're going to release our trapezius muscle. So you're going to need your trigger ball and a wall. So I'll be using this wall here. What you're going to do is place the trigger ball on the muscle running between your neck and shoulder. So you can do this by either lying down and putting it under or using a wall. So from between the neck and shoulder, and just pushing pressure into it, just so that it feels like it's releasing, not so that it's painful, just so it's releasing. And we're holding this for the sake of the video. I'll do 1.5 minutes. If you guys want to do longer, you can go anywhere up to 3 minutes, as long as it's not causing too much discomfort. But should feel like you're getting a nice release. So just rolling it around to release the area. We have about 40 seconds left. Just putting enough pressure that it feels like it's giving you that nice release. Then we're going to go into our stretch. 30 more seconds. Final 15. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. For the sake of the video, I'll hold it there. If you guys want to keep that ball under there, by all means, anywhere up to 3 minutes. We're now going to stretch the trapeze. So the side that we just triggered, so for me, that's my left side. I'm going to place my left arm behind my back. From there, I'm going to reach over to the other side of my head with my right hand and gently just pull to the side. And we're holding this for 20 to 30 seconds. So just enough pressure that you feel like it's stretching. You don't want to be yanking too hard. So just feel a nice stretch from your neck down to your shoulder. I'm going to release there. You can hold for a couple more seconds. Then we're going to go on to releasing the other side. So again, grabbing your trigger ball, putting it against between your neck and shoulder, just above your shoulder blade, and then just putting pressure into the wall. You're going to be holding that for 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes. All right, just about 1 minute left. And just keeping a pressure on that you feel like it's releasing. You don't want to be pushing too hard that it's causing immense amounts of pain. Just a nice release. If you're doing this on the floor, it's in the same position, just lying on top of the ball. "25 more seconds, and we'll go into our stretch. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, feel free to keep going. If you feel like you need a bit more of a release through there, but we're going to get into our stretch. So side we just stretched, right hand behind the body, left hand coming over, opposite side of our head, and just gently pulling it across so that we feel that stretch running from our neck down to our shoulder. 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so that's our trapezius release. We are now going to go onto our rear deltoid, so back of the shoulder. So you can either perform this one against the wall or you can do it down on the ground. For the purpose of this one, I might just stay standing, but it's the same position whether you're against the wall or on the ground. Again, we're trying to trigger the back of our shoulder. So the arm you want to trigger will go out straight, and you're just going to put the ball on the back part of that shoulder. If you're lying on the floor, it might be a bit easier to hold your arm out. But again, just putting pressure into the back of our shoulder so that it feels like it's releasing. Don't want to be pushing too hard that it's causing pain. Just that release of the fascia. About another minute. Rolling around. And then we'll go into our stretch. Twenty more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, going into our stretch, the arm that you just released the shoulder of goes across your body. The other arm just behind the elbow, so you can either grab it with your hand, put your forearm behind your elbow, keep your shoulder down, and then just pulling across. So you should feel that stretching back here. All right, hold for about 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and releasing. If you want to keep stretching for a bit longer, you can. I'm now going to go into the release on the other side. I might perform this one down on the ground so you guys get an idea of how to do that one as well. So, the shoulder release, again, we're going all under the shoulder, and I'm just going across over the top. Lying with the other shoulder on the ground. This might be a better way to get some pressure through the ball. But we're holding this for about a minute and a half. I have my timer just over here so I know how long we're going for. Good. It's about 20 seconds down. All right, just about 10 more seconds now, and then we'll go into our stretch. 2, 1. All right, trigger ball out. And so now it's the same position for the stretch. So arm we just released across the body. Other arm either behind the elbow or forearm, just pulling across so you feel that stretch down the back. All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Letting go of the stretch. All right. We're now going to move on to our second last release. It is the tricep release. So, going to be down on the ground again, or if it's easier for you to just perform it against a wall, that's okay. But we're going to now have our foam roller. I'll do it on this side first. Lying down, arm out across. And now we're going to be rolling the foam roller from our elbow to our shoulder. So, starting out there, rolling it across and back. If you need to hold at any point, feel free. I'm going to hold here because it's a little bit tight. And try and get that release going. That rolling, going, trying to keep thumb up towards the roof. All right, we'll go for about 30 more seconds. If you want to go for a bit longer, you can. Final 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, for the tricep stretch, for this one, you're going to want the arm you just stretched. You're going to reach it over your head. Other hand, grabbing the elbow, you're pulling across your body. Should feel the stretch down the back here. Holding for 10 more seconds. All right, releasing the stretch there, other side. So going into our release. Foam roller. Arm out straight. Finding that back of the arm, thumb towards the roof. Going across and holding at any point where you feel it needs a bit more release. For the purpose of our video today, I'll just go for 30 more seconds. But feel free to go for longer again. You need to release anywhere a little bit longer. That's up to you. Feel free. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And moving into our tricep stretch. So again, the arm we just released goes hand behind the head, other hand comes across, grabs the elbow. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one. Letting go of the stretch. All right. The last area we're going to release is our wrist extensors. So the muscles that do this. And sit just on the back of the forearm here. For this one, you're going to want to grab your trigger ball and going, do it this way, might be a bit easier for you guys to see, but hand down on the ground, and I'm going to be rolling that trigger ball down the back of my arm. Again, holding at any point where you feel need a bit more of a release. Again, for the purpose of today, I'll go for about 25 more seconds, but feel free to go for longer. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one. All right, going into our stretch for our wrist extensors. Arm's going to go out straight, and it's going to bend down. And then you're just going to use the other hand to grab the wrist and just pull it a bit forward so that you feel that stretch through here. Only pull to where you feel you're getting that stretch. Don't pull too far. Don't want to cause injury to the wrist, but should put those muscles on stretch by keeping the arm straight, just pulling at the wrist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting go. Should feel a bit of a release through there now. All right, swapping over to other sides for our very last release and our last stretch. Sorry. Forearm down on the ground, trigger ball just running down the back of the forearm. Fifteen more seconds, and then we'll move on to our very last stretch, and then we're done for the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. If you guys want to go for a bit longer, again, feel free. But moving into now our stretch. Arm out straight, wrist bent, grabbing with the other hand, pulling the wrist in, keeping the elbow locked, just moving from the wrist. Five more seconds. 2, 1. Releasing there. All right, everybody. That is us done for the day. Let me just adjust my stand back up. So, just to refresh, today's session covered the back of the arm line. So the back of the arm line entails our traps, back of our shoulder, tricep, and wrist extensors. Again, it allows us to complete activities overhead and prevents poor posture at the neck. So really important at maintaining nice upright. We don't want to end up rounding forward. Okay, guys, if you have any questions from today, make sure to write them down and bring them along to the next session, and we'll be able to answer any questions you guys have. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.